All right, okay. Good. It's 1:20 p.m. right now here. So I wanted to touch base with everybody and also to kind of demonstrate how I would have approached this. And of course, maybe to also give everybody some pointers as to how to uh geek enough. Right? Okay. So this is for Gamdraw FXTIE 1A and B for the university. Why am I saying this? Okay, all right, so you guys know who you are. Let's have fun. I have a timer on the side here. What the hell? Window capture 2. Where best can we put this? Maybe we could put it here over the colors because we don't really need it. I'm not starting it yet. There you go. Let me see if I could zoom that in even further. There you go. Okay, so I'm not cheating anything, okay? So I will be spending 1 hour to draw Ken digitally, and like I said, there were no restrictions to drawing digitally. Okay, so but I will still do my best to, well, let's see. But I will try to draw without any mm, digital aspects as much as possible. But let's see. Okay, all right. So let's see. All right, here we go. So I haven't tried this before. This is the first time I'm drawing Ken. Okay, so let's size that up. All right, there. And let's see what we're gonna do him. I'd like to have some music, but it might interfere with my audio. Okay, so we have him in mind. Really quickly. There's no speeding this up or anything. But we notice that there is a straight line that runs directly along Ken's the front of his face, down to his shoulders, down to his biceps, down to his arms, and his shoulders pretty much line up with his fist, and his fist pretty much lines up with his elbow over here at the back. His chin pretty much lines up with his deltoids, and his triceps over here. His elbow lines up with the base of his, what is that? Okay, so he kind of has a fist inside his pocket. That's what's happening somewhere here. So, well, right off the set, I'm 2 minutes in, and I already have everything pretty much. Well, I don't want to be too confident because even with the practice that I've had, there have been moments when overconfidence would kill me, or at least kill the drawing that I am working on. So, all right. So I will. So as you can see, I haven't done any lasso. I've just used my pencil tool, but in this case, I will try to create a duplicate of the Ken picture. You can see my layer manipulations here. I'm just going to increase the brightness so I could see something, because right now I can't see anything. There you go. Increase the shadows. Increase the brightness. There we go. Oh my god, that is sexy. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop. All right, okay, all right. But everybody, he's literally me. That's what's happening. Okay, so I'm gonna move him. So the only movement I'm doing is just moving the drawing itself. Okay, so it's like I'm moving a sheet of paper. That's what I'm doing. So as we can see here, based on the picture, this creates a kind of angle towards his head. So that means his head should be much higher here. And that's creating this angle like that. And his, oh, so his shoulders actually match up to his, what is that? His shoulders match up to his nose. Interesting. Okay, that's bingo. His shoulders match up somewhere to his nose, somewhere here. And his nose creates a line, goes through to his fist. That's interesting. Okay, so somewhere here. But just can. I actually haven't listened to the song in full yet, so be that as it may. We could actually use this pole as the measuring device. See? Like that. The pole actually exists for our benefit. Okay, so I think his head should be a little higher. Yes, his head should be a little higher. Here, here, around here. Pretty sure. I'm so tempted to use my other tools, but I don't want to cheat. Right. Something's off. I could feel it. This one. Okay. I'm gonna try to stop talking and just get a feel of this drawing right now. So what I did here is I tried to get mostly the external shape. That's what I tried to do. Just gonna darken this. Go. I can't see shit. There you go. Here. So I did not follow my own principles and it's leading me to disarray. Right now, I need to identify where the clavicle is going to be. This is where his deltoid is. Okay, so we are 7 minutes in. There you go. This is, oh, I understand now. This is a bit dangerous because this blends in with his flesh. So that can be very tricky to study. I want to enlarge the picture, honestly. Okay, alright. Back to work. I want to play music. But YouTube might ban the video once I've put it up. Is it possible to play music? Let me just stop the second. Never mind. We're on a timer. We are on a timer. So, okay, wait. Desktop audio capture. Let me just. There we go. I'm reducing the desktop audio capture. And I'm gonna play some music. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear it. A distance it will never go. Oh, listen, when you're confused by whatever it is that you're drawing, it's best to remove that confusion.
from place to keep me down from the ledges. Better tested wooden wedges under doorways. Keep your wooden wedges under doors. Chorus, verse. Now here comes the eight. Wait, habits here to hear the worst. Your structure compensates, but compensation feels a lot like rising up to dominate by track. To at least they all know all they hear comes from a place. Oh, I know how to levitate up my feet, and ever since the 7th grade I learned to fire breathing. Though I feed on things that fell, you can learn to levitate with just a little help. You can levitate with just a little help.
Okay, I just noticed I haven't been talking for like 20 plus minutes. Damn. Okay. I think I was just pulled in by how handsome Ken is. Is just radiating that essence, you know. And probably 21 Pilots also. Help keep me silent. Guys, you guys can't see it, but I'm just bopping right now while I'm drawing. And noticing my mistakes. I am so tempted to use the lasso tool right now. But a challenge is a challenge. I'm looking for my life, running for my life. Sip. I hope that as you guys are watching this, because I'm gonna post this as is. I'm not gonna speed anything up. I hope you guys can see where I also am making mistakes. Like which ones I'm correcting as I go along. Like how I'm focusing on larger shapes more before going down into the specifics. How I'm erasing very specific lines, making them thinner. Because like as you will notice, if you watch, if you pay attention, I confused myself a few times with some of the lines that I've put in, and I thought that I made mistakes when actually, well, there were mistakes, but it's more like I thought that my lines were still wrong when actually they were already properly placed. It just so happened that there were other lines around it that confused me. I was gonna say fuck me up, but then, well, both. I could say both. The one tip I can toss if I pull this off is to define the hairline before you add anything else. The forehead here. Often I'd grab other pictures of the actor, like with cleaner hairstyles, but since I am on a timer, I will stick to this. Alright, I think we have a good... It looks like Ken now. I'm satisfied. But that took longer than I expected because of the many mistakes that I had. I was expecting to get the base shape done in around 20 minutes, so I added some more time to myself. But as you can see, I have already gotten past the major points, and we have a recognizable Ken. at 30 minutes. Actually, 30 plus 33 minutes. Okay? So I hope this helps you guys out. So if you're watching this, try to pay attention to which lines I focused on first. Okay, so I'm gonna run through some teaching points with a red pen. So this is his torso. So we could actually draw it like this. Focus on the spine. I actually picked this up from a fellow professor. It's very KG. So he says that the main points to recognize is going to be the head. Okay. So the head, we have him pointing towards that. Afterwards, he says that the next point would be the S of the spine. Like this. Oops. After the S of the spine, we have the torso. After the torso, we have the waistline. So look what happens when you turn it off. This is the overall body shape. Okay? And then we can just start adding layers to it. Back to the same principles that I went for last time. Look at that. Okay? Actually, this is a little too high. Actually, the chest should stay here. Look at that. Okay? That's one way to do it. Now, let me show you another way to do it. To kind of break things down. You would get to see this more in manga. Where they have these tubular portioning of the human body. So like here. Look at that. This is where the joint of the arm is going to be. And here too. Okay. So if you turn it off, that's what's going to happen. You see that? There you go. So that's another method. Tube here. Tube here. Okay. That's one way to break it down. Okay. So I just spent 5 minutes teaching you guys instead of finishing the drawing. Ha ha ha. Okay, see that? That's another way to draw it. Okay, now the other way is to, because I feel like some of you still don't have your measurements, right? You could draw just a big fat circle over here. After that, just draw a spaghetti man following through like that. Okay? After that, point here, point there, draw that, and then just draw this. Okay? That's one way to do it. But just get the measurements right. Okay? Like, look at this. Look at this point. Look at this point. Create straight lines. Okay? And where does it go? See? Okay? Let's delete that. And let's try to finish the drawing. Okay. Okay. What do I have to do? We have 24 minutes. I'm gonna try to add more detail using a much more pertinent pen. I'm gonna change my music too. This is too melancholic for my taste. Let's go for some Japanese and Korean rap. There we go. Let's amp up the vibe. Pen, speak to me. Show me the ways of the desert. Of course, if I had 3 hours, I'd polish the hell out of this. That is one huge eraser. Okay, I'm not gonna focus too much on the face because that's not really a requirement that I dropped for you guys. Gonna reduce the opacity of my pencil to emulate like so now we don't just follow the picture. We also think about the anatomy. Okay, this is not Korean rap anymore. This is Filipino rap. Well, you guys did hear me play Filipino rap last time. I hope this is not a surprise. Okay. Now we trace. Well, I'm not tracing. As you can tell, I'm not tracing. Well, we use AI. That's what we do. Because AI is the future, right? We should just stop drawing, give up, lie down in our beds, think about the future as though it's not gonna happen, and just die. Wait, why am I saying such weird things? Nilalanin ng tao. We still have 20 minutes to go. So, I'm just gonna spend time polishing. Notice how I'm focusing on line clarity. Example, this part. I'm gonna change pens. I don't like the control that that pen was affording me. Choose the best tools that are at hand. So if something is not working, drop it. Okay? Don't waste your time. Where is Ken? Go. We still have 16 minutes left. So here we follow Okay, so now I'm gonna do a little more extra digital work just to flesh this thing out. I'm gonna use the lasso tool finally. Let's imagine that we've imported this traditional sketch onto Photoshop, kind of like clean it up. And I hope that I've already exhibited the main pointer techniques, like cleaning the lines, making sure that you're not fooling yourself with an overabundance of black charcoal, okay, or lead, because that's really gonna trip you up. Next is finding parallel and perpendicular lines from elbows to joint to the other joints, like the wrist, the fist, and listen to good music. I'm not saying that my music is good. I mean, I am saying that because I like my music, so I am quite biased. But of course, listen to music that's gonna keep you going, whether that be Lord, whether that be Dark Souls, whether it's Oliver Tan. Is that Oliver Tan? No, no, no. Oliver something. Oliver Tree. Oliver Tree. Oliver Tan is a former classmate of mine back in university. I don't know why. Because there's a lot of Oliver T's, you know? Now I'm just rambling. I try not to ramble, but right now, since I'm focusing mostly on the task, I'm just spitting shit out. So I apologize. I try to be careful with my words, but in this case, I'm just saying shit. I wish I spoke Korean. I'd rap Korean all day. Or maybe Japanese, you know? And then just randomly write Hangul over on the left and right side of my drawings. And people would be so confused. And then beside that, a little bit of Arabic. And then some Nihongo. And then I'd go Spanish, or no, no, not Spanish. Latin. I'd drop Latin everywhere. And then I'm actually summoning the art lords. That's what I'm doing. Well, I'm just rambling. Yeah, we gotta entertain our audience, even if our audience are just Well, why am I saying even if? You guys are awesome. So I hope you guys at least picked up something throughout the duration of this. This isn't Digidraw. This is Gamdraw. But I hope that the principles of Gamdraw were exhibited as much as I could in the 1 hour. Actually, it's not yet 1 hour. We still have 10 minutes. See? If I didn't make mistakes, I would still afford myself 20 more minutes. But again, overconfidence. But we have to own up to our mistakes and move on with whatever mistakes we've made. In this case, I wanted to restart the timer, but fuck that shit. Just gotta go with the flow. Make sure that your eyes are on fire. Light your ass up. That's what you have to do. Art is brutal. Art requires sacrifice. Sometimes sleepless nights. That's what you gotta do. Alright, so let's fill this baby up. There we go. There we go. See that? Daddy. What a daddy. So I'm going to create a clipping mask. Again, this is not Digidraw, but I'm just going to display for you guys how to do it. You hold Alt on the next layer on top of it. I still have 10 minutes. Fuck. We ballin'. Let's follow the highlights present in this picture. And let's call it a day. I mean, no, I'll still draw Momo afterwards. Follow the whitest bits, and we're not being racist. Ha 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 ha. Well, I mean, we're Filipinos. We're naturally racist. There we go. You guys know Pun P? Very cool. He does Japanese music. I mean, he is Japanese. Nine minutes. Good. There you go. Getting off you and I 音だけどあなたも終わらないAre you here wanting it's to my mind? We still have 8 minutes. Okay. Focus on the hardest edges of the drawing, okay? So that you don't end up with something muddy. If you're unsure, fill it in, okay? And try to be distinct with the shapes that you're producing. Like so, okay? Try to determine where the fallout of the light goes. I wish I had more time. But let's make do with what we're given. There you go. There you go. Have you guys tried to burn your drawings? Well, I I will never forget this story that I read or heard where a teacher asked his students to draw the best thing that they could. But then after a day's worth of effort and of happy smiles, he asked his students to go outside with him, where there was a huge bonfire outside. And then, one at a time, he told his students to toss their drawings into the fire. It's harsh, but when you start to work in the industry, you'll be surprised how many darlings you're going to be killing. It's a natural part of the process. I try not to do that, but can't save you guys from future experiences. You will have drawings that you fall in love with, but then those drawings, art directors will just toss them away. Sometimes even the files, you won't be able to save them anymore because they're in the company offices. That's what's going to happen. I still have 5 minutes. Trying to make the most out of this.
Nandito ako para mga sar na mga bobo, mga tolonggi sa akin sasakit ang mga olo. Walang respeto, parang hindi nagmano sa lolo. Ganyan ako kaloko, wala rin akong modo. Alam nyo ng subok pero gusto pa rin matesting. Parang mga bata na gustong makipag-resting. Baby pa kayo, tulog muna yan ang besting. Spada ko katana yung
There we go.
fencing. Ano masakit, huwag nyo nga ako tinatry. Ako yagi lang galit, kayo puro
There we go.
yung mabadit ng chapets. Gagi dyan ako sanay, kasi kahit sa inggit kaya kong makapatay. Tuhod dibdib ulo tama, nakangising nakatitig nalilisik, walang awa. Gusto mo kong pabagsakin, nananaginip ka pa yata. Tulog ka pa bata, wag kang lakas tama. Kasong daw si Clissy, puro kayong mga joke, pre nakakatawa.
5 minutes. Last bit of detail. Let's go. These are the moments that I live for. Adrenaline. When you think you're gonna fail, but then you end up just slightly pulling it off. I can't count how many times back in university I just winged shit. Wow, huh? As your prof, what kind of things am I teaching you? Well, maybe trade secrets. Because not everybody who succeeds truly prepared. Maybe they did. We all have our stories. Maybe that's just what I'm trying to say. Or maybe I'm just lying to you guys. Because my secondary mind is at work right now. 4 minutes. Or maybe it's the Filipino rap that's affecting me right now. We're almost there. There we go. We could tighten this a little bit more. We have 3 minutes. Let's try. We already have our whites provided. All we have to do is to stain it with a little bit of black. For example, here. Let's cut that off. There we go. 3 minutes. Photoshop. Don't you fuck with me right now. We can do this. There we go. Just don't give up, guys. If you're given a task, ball. Don't give up. While you're at it, read Berserk. You guys are old enough for that. There we go. 2 minutes. I just want to call it a day, but we still have time. You know? An extra bit of 2 minutes can mean everything. I'm gonna select this. There you go. Nous sommes très près. 1 minute, 30 seconds. There we go. "57 seconds. "35 seconds. 28 seconds. 20 seconds. 13 seconds. 7 seconds. 3 seconds. Time's up. There you go. There's your Ken in 1 hour, guys. Okay. So I hope I was able to demonstrate something. And yeah. See you.